tell you what, Roland's recap has traveled down to Houston, Texas for one reason. We have 35 bouts of action-packed elite boxers, amateurs at their best, who are going to be putting on one earthquake of a show. I tell you, ladies and gentlemen, I've already been told right now, Undefeated Magazine, the Undefeated Fight Club is sponsoring this up-close and personal meeting of these 35 scheduled bouts. Also, I will tell you right now, a quick shout-out to Mike Campbell and Rosemary Clark for coming together and putting on at the Azteca Fairgrounds. One heck of a show. You stay tuned as we show you the fight results and interviews. Roland Gomez. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'll tell you what, we're going to come down. We got Lafayette, Louisiana coming over here for one reason. I'm going to let him tell you, but I know what. I know there's an earthquake about to unveil itself. Coach, first of all, let me welcome you to Houston, Texas, all the way from Lafayette. Is that where you're from?
Yes, sir.
Let me ask you, did you bring a couple of fighters here?
We brought 5.
Oh, baby. They all got bouts, don't they?
Yes, sir. Well, actually, we want to fight so bad they fought yesterday, too.
My gosh, that's what I call bringing the amateur show to its best. Coach, let me ask you, what are you expecting today?
Well, we come to Texas because if you can hang with Texas, you can hang with anybody in the world.
I'm going to tell you, Dallas-Fort Worth, Texas, I tell you what, we are down here in Houston right now. It's going to be an earthquake of a show. I'm going to tell you again, it is a second Texas Elite Amateur Boxing Showcase. Coach, I wish you the best of luck. I hope you come out 5-0. I'm going to tell you, you stepped up with the big boys in Texas, and you said it all. They are bigger and badder in Texas, but I got a feeling Louisiana's going to try to put a damper on what Texas sees as the biggest and baddest.
Well, we got an X on our forehead because we went 4-1 yesterday, Coach. So they after us today.
Oh, baby, let's go and close this one up at 4-1. He's looking for another 4-1 at least. I think he wants to walk away 5-0. Hold on for our next interview. I've got another warrior of a coach from Baton Rouge, Louisiana, baby. They come to converge on Houston, Texas, I think to destroy the name of Houston from a boxing standpoint. Am I right, Coach?
That's right, that's right. My son had to relocate from New Orleans after the hurricane, and he's been living in Houston for a while now, about 5-6 years now. So he fights out of Savannah, and so I'm coming out to see him fight today.
Okay, I'll tell you what, Coach, my bad. But what's your name again?
Vidal Prograis. My son's Regis Prograis.
Whoo, I know Regis, baby.
Yeah.
He knocks down the ring when he gets in there. This is a bad boy. I saw him fighting for the state championship here, I think, not this past year, year before, against Earl Spence from Dallas, Texas. You remember that one, Dad?
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, he lost it, but he's working on it. He lost that one. That's the only defeat. I think that's the only person that ever defeated him twice.
Well, I'm going to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, these say this is brewing right now. I tell you what, Roland's recap has come over here for one reason, and that's to see the Texas Elite along with the Louisiana Elite. You stay tuned for our next interview. I tell you, we have another interview here with none other than Texas Select Miss Stacy. She always comes in a calm spirit, so I have to slow myself down just a bit. But I'm going to tell you, a warrior in action in preparing these young warriors for the action. Stacy, let me ask you, how many fighters, how many boxers did we bring down here?
I believe 10.
Did all 10 of them get a bout, or do you know yet?
Yes, they did.
Oh, it's going to be a Texas Select show. I tell you, we've already interviewed a couple of people around here in Louisiana. They're saying they're going to take this show. And I got to tell you one thing. They said one thing that really lingers and echoes in my heart and my soul. They said they had to come to Texas because if you can get past Texas, you've gotten past the best. What do you think of that little adage?
I agree.
I love it. I tell you, we're going to make this short sweet. She is just big in spirit, small on the words, but I'm going to tell you, you stay tuned for our next interview. We have another interview right here, another Louisiana crew. They've come here from Louisiana. I think I'm going to let these coaches, first of all, let me say hi to these coaches. Coach, your name?
Sheldon LeBlanc.
Did you hear that? Sheldon LeBlanc, right?
Right.
Coach, your name?
Kobe Talbot.
Well, I tell you, these coaches, I've seen them around. We know each other. We're down in Houston, Texas. I'm going to ask a question of both of you guys. Why did you travel, Coach, from Louisiana to Texas, more specifically Houston?
Competition.
Competition. Coach?
We like to come over and fight Louisiana against Texas.
I love that one. Did you hear that one? I want to see Louisiana fight Texas. I think these set of eyes you see behind these shades, let me show you right here. They want to see it too. They want to see it too. We've already got this ring lined up. Coach, let me go and just ask you point blank. What are you expecting today?
I'm expecting a good fight, but I'm expecting all my kids to win. Come out as champions.
Okay, let me ask you then. This next question. How many fighters did you bring? How many boxers?
I brought 9 actually, but I only have 6 match.
Okay, we got 9 boxers that made the trip, looking for a war, and 6 found it.
Right.
Coach, what are you expecting here?
We're going to bring a little bit of whooping, a little bit of Cajun. We're going to bring it on. We're going to put a little Cajun spice on things over here.
Oh, man! I tell you what. Hold on. He's not through yet. He's not through.
Fired up, we're going to bring some Cajun.
I got a feeling they're going to put a stamp.
It's fixing to flood on that end, so we had to get away from the water. So we come to high ground.
Ow! Come on, Coach. I tell you what, I see a big old capital L, a big old capital A, dot period, written on Texas. Is that what I expect, L.A.?
We're going to stamp it. We're going to stamp it.
Coach, what do you think?
Hey, he's talking.
Come on, Coach. Okay, looks like we got a stamp of Louisiana being able to be placed on Texas. Stay tuned for our next interview. Ladies and gentlemen, I step up to one man. I've got to just get a little bit smaller because this man is a great big man in my book, Marshall Sanchez. Marshall, let me shake that hand, baby. Last time I saw you, baby, you were winning a national championship. I think that was the Silver Gloves that you won. Who knows? How many titles have you won, Marshall?
7 national titles.
Oh, man, I tell you what. I stop counting normally after 1 if I were to win 1 because that's all I could win. You got 7. Any world titles, any ringside titles?
1 ringside title.
Oh, go ahead and put a world title on it while we're here. Marshall, tell me what's going on right now. I know we're over here at the Azteca Fairgrounds. We're about to rattle the cage here, baby. We're about to rock the ring over here. You've got a bout?
Yes, sir. Later on tonight.
What? Let me ask you, what did you weigh in at?
114.
Oh, he's starting to grow a little bit, man. You know, last time I remember when I first saw you, I think you were right at, you were probably pushing 100. I see Dad back over here. How about a little shout out to Daddy?
Shout out to my dad. Everything, supporting me, everything, bringing me to the gym, everything.
I like it. That's everything. Dad, I want to salute you too. Okay, baby? You do it. You make it happen. Now, let me ask you, is Coach here?
Yes, sir. Coach is here.
Come on, shout out to Coach. Come on, baby.
I got to shout out to my coach too, putting all the work in, being there at the gym every day, putting all the hard work in, and shout out to my coach, Chocho.
Okay, I'm going to close it up with this, Marshall. I've got to ask you this question. It's a deep question. What can the fight fans expect from Marshall Sanchez today?
Expect the best. We're going in there to win, dominate, do what we got to do, and get that W today.
I tell you what, like humbleness they are. These warriors are only humble. I'll take a warrior any day. You go ahead and give me one of them highfalutin ones, but I tell you what, you look over here to my left, you see humbleness in the heart, spirit in the soul, and courage in that cage. The cage I call the ring. Stay tuned for our next interview. Ladies and gentlemen, I step into a very, very solemn mode right now because this man is in his pre-fight preparation mode. Mr. Whitaker, let me ask you right now, you're about to step in the cage. I always say cage because it is a cage when it comes down to a war like this. But you're going to be stepping into the ring with none other than one of Dallas-Fort Worth's favorite. Could you say his name for me?
Errol Spence.
Errol Spence. Now I want everyone to know your name.
Benjamin Whitaker.
Did you hear that? Benjamin Whitaker. I've got a feeling Mr. Whitaker's going to probably put a tattoo or going to try to put a tattoo on Mr. Spence in some form or fashion. Am I right?
That's correct.
I think you guys are the featured bout. We're going to be going, what? Is it going to be 5 rounds or 4? Correction, 4 rounds, isn't it? 4 or 5?
I don't know. 3, 4 rounds, I don't know.
It doesn't matter, does it?
No.
Well, let me tell me a little bit about you. I'd like for you to speak up a little bit because these fight fans want to get the fight fan information. You can see I get excited because you guys bring us the action. Now I want them to know what kind of action you've already produced. Tell me something about your background.
I don't got too much of a big background, but I'm a fighter. I fight hard. I don't back down from nobody, so, that's how I play it.
Benjamin, let me ask you, where are you from?
I'm from San Antonio.
San Antonio, Texas, coming down to Houston to meet face-to-face, up close and personal, a Dallas favorite. I'm going to stay tuned for what the fight results are, but I'm going to ask you one more thing, Mr. Whitaker. What can we expect from Mr. Whitaker in the feature bout?
A good fight.
You heard it. Good fight. You stay tuned. And for the results. Now Roland's Recap is going to be interviewing what I call a fight fan, a person who came out here for one reason. This is Maria. Maria, how you doing?
Good, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing great. I see Pueblo boxing, but tell me where you're from.
San Antonio, Texas.
San Antonio, Texas. And what club are you with today?
Alamo City Boxing Club.
Alamo City Boxing Club. Got to tell you, Dallas-Fort Worth, Texas, they're out here. We do have some of Dallas-Fort Worth here. But, Maria, a question right quick. What brings you out here? I know you're a mom from the standpoint your son is boxing. Is that correct?
Yes.
Let me ask you, do you like the fight game, the boxing game?
Yes, we all do.
Now, tell me, why would a lady love the boxing game?
Just to come and support the kids, and my kids especially, it's their favorite sport.
Well, Maria, I got to admit this. The only reason I asked you that question was because my two brothers and I, we boxed. We probably had over 100 amateur bouts, and my mother was always there. I think it was that she enjoyed it, but more than anything, it was her babies about to either receive or give some punishment.
Right.
But no, I say that in a really worthy way, because these are principles, basic principles of life that come to life real quick, in that they don't walk away from the storms of life when they actually start building this character.
Yes. And most of all, I think that what helps them is the discipline, and throughout what they've been doing, and it shows the improvement and discipline that shows me that they love the sport as well.
I love what she said. She couldn't have wound this interview up any better. This is Roland's Recap. We're bringing it to you live in our world. And thank you so much for your time, Maria. We're going to catch you here, and we wish you the best of luck with those wins today on your side of the club.
Thank you.
Okay, stay tuned. I tell you, we step up to more lovers of the sport, boxing. I've got four beautiful ladies. They chased me down. No, they didn't. I had to make them come to me. But you know what? I do have them around. See, I have them around me. You don't. Let me ask you, what's your name, ma'am?
Bertha. Monday. Joyce. Carla.
Oh, see Carla hugging up close to me. But I had to push myself up against her. Ladies, let me ask you, what brings you out here to the Azteca Fairgrounds here to see, I think, a beautiful sport of boxing? Do y'all have family members boxing out here?
Yes.
Everybody says yes, right?
Yes.
Okay. Who is that individual? Is it 1, 2, or 3?
1.
1. Do you know what bout he is?
He's number 27.
27.
27.
What's his name?
Torrance. Torrance Hunter. Torrance Hunter.
Torrance Hunter comes from Garland, Texas, baby. I know this boy. He's a devil dog himself from Cedar Hill now. He's just changed grades. He's changed colors, but you know what? We haven't changed the fighter. This boy's a bad boy. Let me ask you. Now, who is what? Says mother, sisters?
Mother.
Okay, so you're going to be wearing the pain of all the punches he receives, but all the glory and all that he gives, right?
All right.
Okay, now who is this?
The grandmother.
Grandma. Grandma, you're going to feel it kind of second phase because you had her. Okay, so she's going to block off a lot of that pain for you. And who's this?
Aunt.
And right here. Now, she's going to have a little distant outline pain over here whenever that happens. Now, who's this back here? Cousin. Man, we got them all here, baby. I tell you what, Torrance, you ought to feel lucky right now that you got a force behind you, baby. You can't lose today, and I got a feeling you won't. Stay tuned. Any shout-out that you want to give maybe to your son right here, because he doesn't know you're talking to him?
I just want to say, do a good job, baby. Mama's here.
How about it, Grandma? What do you want to tell your little grandson?
Do the best you can do, baby. Granny by you.
And I call him little baby grandson. He's only baby in the name, because I tell you what, he ain't small in his massiveness. Now, Aunt, what do you? No, this right, yeah, Aunt. What do you want to say?
Good luck, baby. I'm here with you.
Okay, and I got a cousin over here, baby. What are your wishes to Mr. Hunter himself?
Knock him out the box, baby. Knock him out the box.
I love that. We cut through the chase, baby. She said knock him out the box. Stay tuned for our next interview.